Hi, I'm Greg Meyer. I'm the product manager for wheel balancers at Hunter Engineering, and we're going to talk about balancing motorcycle wheels on a Hunter balancer. To do that, we're going to use the Hunter ProBike kit, and that's going to allow these wheels to be mounted on the balancer. This kit is a comprehensive kit that'll handle pretty much anything that you'll throw at it. I'm not going to say everything, but pretty much the vast majority of motorcycles are covered, from Japanese bikes to German bikes, American bikes, so it's a pretty comprehensive kit. So let's go ahead and jump in and start talking about how we do this. The first thing we have to do is ensure that we have a Hunter balancer that has a two-piece shaft. This is a SmartWeight Pro, and it does. I've got an Allen wrench here in my hand, and all I've got to do is loosen up the Allen bolts here, thread it, and then we remove the shaft itself. We can take this and set this aside. Once the shaft has been removed, now we can install our Hunter ProBike kit. Okay? So easiest way I find to do this is to bring the threaded hole you'll see here on the hub to top dead center, and then we're going to slide the ProBike adapter over the balancer hub. And you got to wiggle it a little bit. This is extremely tight tolerance on purpose. That's so we're going to get a really accurate balance. So it takes a little bit of wiggling to get it on there. Now that I'm all the way on, there's a couple of screws that come with the kit, and these screws are going to come from the back. We're going to thread these into the hole on the kit itself. So we can bring this around until they go into the holes. This kit comes with an Allen wrench, and this Allen wrench, we can use that to tighten up the screws that hold the adapter to the hub. Now that I've gotten it tightened, we're ready to install the shaft. Now there are two different shafts that come with this kit. This is the smaller shaft. There's a larger one. The larger one is used for wheels that have larger bearings in them. But this one will work for the wheel that we're going to work on. So I install it onto the adapter, and then there's a collar that we're going to thread over it to retain it. I get that on there good and tight. Now we're ready to install the wheel onto the adapter. So when we deal with motorcycle wheels, the bearings stay in the wheels. They're pressed into the wheels. So what we're going to want to do is use these collets. These collets are going to slide into the bearings from either side and hold the wheel square on the balancer. These are extremely tight tolerances, might be within 1/1000th of an inch or something. They're going to slide in very tight. So we want to find the ones that fit. If we can't find these collets, the next best thing to do is to use a cone from either side. But as I say, the collets are going to give us the best result. So let's use those when we can. In this case, these are the ones that will fit into the wheel that I have. So now let's install the collet inside the wheel bearing. Just slide it in like that. I'm going to flip it around so you can see the other side. And then I install the other collet in the back side. As you can see, those are pretty snug. Now we're ready to place it onto the shaft of the adapter. And again, very tight tolerance, so you got to kind of go slow, slide it on. In this case, I'm going to hold this one on so it doesn't get pushed out. And we slide it up till it makes contact. Now we need to slide the quick nut on, and you can see I just pull with my thumb the release until I make contact with the wheel. Then I hold the red portion with my hand and spin the black portion until it pulls the wheel up nice and tight. Now because we're holding onto this wheel by the bearings, you can see the wheel can still spin and the balancer isn't. So now we have to flip these arms down, and these arms will keep the wheel from spinning while we balance it. Now that we've got it retained, you see it spins as an assembly. Now I'm ready to go ahead and enter my dimensions. In this case, because it's a SmartWeight Pro, I enter it with the laser, press the button, captures the dimension, and then I spin the wheel to measure the imbalance. Then I would go ahead and apply my wheel weights to balance the wheel. So there are a lot of different motorcycle wheels out there. Here's an example of one in which we don't have a good collet to fit directly inside the bearing. So in this case, we'll want to use the cone, and we'll put a cone on this side, and we'd use a cone from the other side to center the wheel. There are also some cases where we don't need a cone or a collet at all, This kit comes with a second shaft. This is a heavier shaft than the shaft you saw earlier. And this will actually slide perfectly inside these bearings and it'll do the centering itself. So this is actually machined to the diameter, the inner diameter of some of those bearings. So you have to use a couple of different methods, but essentially it'll balance the same way.